on the mat in kneeling position for many of them, you're going to need a light resistance band and your little ball. So let's start in tall kneeling. You're going to start with the ball in tall kneeling, starting high. You're going to push into that ball as you engage your pelvic floor and core. So you're pushing into the ball, lower abdominals will pull up and in, and you're going to just slightly lean back and then come back up and relax. Pull up and in, push into that ball that gives you a little bit more power through the core, and then come back. What you're looking for is I don't want to see any doming or coning there as you lean back. So if you lean back and you're like, ah, football in the belly, I don't want you to lean back. I just want you to stay right here and push into the ball and relax. Inhale up, exhale, slight lean back like an inch, come back up, pull up and in, push into that ball, lean back, come back up, last one. Contract, push into the ball, lean back. And I can actually feel my back working for this one. The next thing you're going to do is just get a light resistance band. We're going to do a little bit of upper body here. Okay, so I like wrist pointing towards the ceiling or fist towards the ceiling. Light resistance band around the wrist. You're going to engage core and then set your shoulders back and you're just going to open up here. I'm actually going to move this into my hand. So pull pelvic floor up and in to give you that stability. Set the shoulders, hold it here. Hold it for about 3 seconds, come back in. Pull up and in. You're not going super stretched out, so you shouldn't be hitting belly really. If that's the case, it's probably a little bit too easy, and you need to go to a little bit tighter resistance. Come back, pull up and in. But your upper body changes so much during pregnancy. You've got growing breast tissue, changes in posture. So you want to make sure you're keeping that back nice and strong as well throughout pregnancy. Last one, you're going to get into hands and knees position. So in this position, hands and knees, you're going to have your toes pointing towards the mat, engage core and pelvic floor, and you're lifting your knees up off the mat. You're going to hold it here for 3 seconds, and then lower back down, relax and reset. Inhale, contract. Belly pulls up and in, lift up for 3, 2, 1, and then relax. If you're not able to hold it for all 3 seconds, you can literally just lift up for 1 second and come back down. If that's too difficult to even lift both legs, you can just easily lift one knee, so it'll look like this. But it's giving you nice engagement in that low back and your upper back as well. Pull up and in. I actually love this exercise. Hold it here for 3, back down, last one. And then we're going to go back into that tall kneeling ball squeeze. All right. You're going to use your little exercise ball if you don't have that, a soccer ball, a pillow, a yoga block. Pushing as you engage core, lean back just a smidge, and then come back up. Inhale. Pull up and in. This is giving you some awesome tension across your abdominals. Again, your body is changing in an amazing way, but it's also lengthening and softening to make room for baby. Push as you move back, come back up. So we want to maintain tension across those abdominals as much as we can. So this engagement with this little ball push and slight lean back gets you some awesome engagement across the abs. But remember, if you see doming, coning, if you look down and you're like, holy heck, what is that? Let's not do the lean back and you're just going to stay here and push just like this. Perfect. Now, let's go to your band. Again, upper back, I love working my upper body. I really feel like we focus so much on squats and lunges. But our upper body, we sit during the day, we crouch, we hold babies, we hold, bags and groceries and all that stuff. We want to make sure we're keeping our body nice and strong. Inhale, contract, hold for 3 here. Remember, I like the wrist pointing towards the ceiling. It kind of opens up the shoulders a little bit more. It allows you to engage those back muscles. And I set my shoulder blades, almost press them down before each breath as well. You don't want your shoulders up like this. Shoulders are down. Pull up and in. And you don't need a ton of pressure against that band, but you shouldn't be able to open it all the way to 90 degrees. Last one. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Let's go back into those hands and knees leg lifts. Starting here, push into the mat, toes down, engage, lift up for 3, 2, 1, back down. This is really a great core exercise, great upper body exercise. Your shoulders are not sinking down, you're pushing that mat away as you lift the knees up. Again, you can just do a simple up and down leg lift or knee lift. If you can't do the 3-second hold, you just do 1 second, or even a single leg up. Pull up and in. With that pull up and in, you should feel your belly kind of tighten towards your ribs. That's one of the things that I kind of really stress to people is that you can be doing all of these exercises, but if you're not pre-contracting with your pelvic floor and core, you're not really getting the benefit from it in the way that you could be. Let's do one more. And then we go to our last rotation. Awesome. Okay. Back to tall kneeling. Little ball squeeze here, pressing in. Gentle lean back as you contract. Come back. If your knees are bothering you, put a little roll towel or blanket underneath your knees as you do this. You are not leaning far back here, you're not holding it. It's a pull up and in, press the ball, lean back, come back to center, release. Pull up and in, press the ball, lean back, come back to center, release. A lot of steps, but you can totally do this. And you train yourself to always pre-contract. I'll say it over and over throughout the program because it's really the most important piece of all of this and what gives you that stability as you do your strengthening exercises. And then we balance each routine with a little stretch at the end for lengthening. All right, last band exercise. Around the wrists, around the hands, palms facing towards the ceiling, set those shoulders back, hold pelvic floor up and in. If your knees are bothering you, you can do this in sitting, you can sit on the ball and do it, you can sit in a chair, you can even sit in just a cross-legged position on the floor. You're not opening it too wide. Again, it shouldn't be hitting belly too much. And relax. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. But you can really feel your shoulders. It's almost like you're squeezing a pencil between those shoulder blades as you open up the arms. And this is really where I actually had a ton of trouble after having my kids, was more in my upper body, just I think hunched over, carrying the babies, breastfeeding, bottle feeding, pumping, all the things that I really felt much weaker in my upper back than even with my lower back. All right, last one. So we're gonna go into that last hands and knees hovering. Go up and in, toes down, lift up for 3, 2, 1. Relax. If your wrists are bothering you, go into a closed fist, pull up and in, 3, 2, 1, come back down. Pre-contract, this is your last set, you're doing awesome. Keep it going. But also, if you need to take a break, that is totally fine. You move at your own pace, never push into pain, never push into leakage. You do what works for your body at your stage. A few more, pull up and in, hold it here. Remember, you're also pushing the floor and the mat away from you. So you're not letting those shoulders sink in. You get the added extra body work here. A couple more. Last one. Contract, engage, push up, hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Awesome, you are all set and ready for your cool down. let's go into the stretch routine of our workout. You're gonna start by lying on your back. If that's uncomfortable or if you're in your later stages of pregnancy, you can lie on your side. So I'm gonna lower down slowly and gently and then roll into my back. In this position, you're gonna straighten one leg and you're gonna bring your right knee to your chest and not directly towards you, but a little bit to the outside. And you're just gonna take some big, deep breaths here. So you're inhaling, opening up the ribs and belly and exhaling. Deep breath in. Getting your knee above your hip level like this gets you into a pelvic floor stretch. So you're not gonna feel your pelvic floor stretching or relaxing, but your breath is gonna help ease you into that softening and relaxation after all of that stretching and all of that strengthening. Switch sides. Left knee up. If you're lying on your side, you can just flip to the other side and bring your knee to your chest. I encourage you to lie on your side for these stretches if you are after 20 weeks of pregnancy and baby has a little more pressure on your belly. Big deep breath here. So you're gonna do 5 breaths on each side. Now you're gonna bring both legs up, so knees are wide, and you have 2 options. You can hold here at the knees, or you can hold your ankles here for a little bit of a deeper stretch. You're gonna hold here for 5 big deep breaths. So this is kind of like a modified squat position, but you're just lying on your back. It's a great way to relax the pelvic floor, to stretch the perineum, relax the hips and inner thighs. 2 more breaths. Last one. And then we're gonna roll into hands and knees. So take your time, you're gonna roll onto your side, try not to crunch up. And then we're gonna do some hip circles. So this is gonna keep the hips nice and relaxed. You're gonna just draw a big circle with your tailbone, 5 circles one direction. And let's go the other way. So this is relaxing the back, keeping the hips and pelvic floor nice and relaxed after you've done a lot of strengthening, a lot of tightening. It's all about getting those muscles to their resting length. 1 more circle. Now we're gonna rock back into child's pose. Feet are together, knees are wide. If you have any pubic bone pain, you can keep your knees together. You're gonna use a bolster or a pillow underneath you, and you're gonna rock your hips backwards. And you're just gonna rest into this position, a nice restorative pose. You can stack more pillows under your chest if you'd like, or you can even put pillows underneath your hips if you can't lean all the way backwards. 3 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. 1 more, and then we'll repeat that sequence 2 more times.